Raza, what's up? Antonio Serrano here, and today I have a magical character, yes, for you. In this case, we are going to talk about a character, a magical character, a performer that I really envy. This is one of the performers that every time I see perform, I am like, oh, I'm so jealous. I really want to be him. In this case, I'm talking about the incredible performer, outstanding master of comedy, directing, producing, songwriting, scripting, Burnham. Okay, what a master he is. And if you've never seen any of his work, you are really missing out, because you are going to learn about a lot. You're going to learn about, I don't know, theater, scripting, structure, comedy, music. This guy does it all and does it extremely, extremely well. So right now I'm going to tell you some tips, 4 ideas, 4 tips that we can extract from this guy's work that we magicians can apply to our shows to be better magicians and better performers. So without further ado, let's take a look at the first one. Okay, I think that one of the first ideas that we can learn from Burnham without any mistake is that everything he does has a message. It doesn't matter if it is a silly joke, if it is a fall routine, if it is a song, if it is a sketch. Everything that Burnham does has a message, has a purpose, has a very, very deep meaning, right? He's trying to tell us something. He's trying to give his opinion about a topic, and most of the times it's a very deep topic, right? You can take a look or take a listen to his song #Deep, which is in his first special, What? And it is great. It is a great song. And this is something that I always talk about when I talk about films, movies, shows, and things like that. There are like 2 levels. There is like the superficial level, when you stay like at the very shallow top, very shallow level of the show, and you laugh, haha, that was very funny. And then there is like the deep level, when you are like, okay, this is funny, this is very interesting, but what is the message of this? What is the purpose behind this? And the cool thing about having a message, having something that you are telling in your routines, in your tricks, in your show, is that if people don't wanna scuba dive right into the deep end of your show, they are going to have a great time. Nevertheless, they are going to spend a great time in the shallow end of your show. They are going to laugh, they're going to have a blast. But for those people that really want to go deep, they really want to go like, I think there is something more in here, they are going to find an incredible amount of work, information, and ideas that you had when you put that show together. I always say the same, where I perform, I bet that most people don't care about that deep part of my show, the hidden meaning that I have in some jokes, in some routines and things like that. I know that most people don't care, but I'm not performing for those people specifically. I am performing for those people that are watching my show consciously, and that really are thinking, oh, this is extremely funny, and he's saying this to mean that, and now that's what I'm doing. Most people are going to stay in like the shallow end, right? They are going to laugh a lot. I have, for example, a routine that I love, which is basically car to mouth, but I finish the routine only wearing my underwear. And the reason why I'm wearing my underwear is because I'm trying to do this routine without offending anyone. And if I leave my jacket, I am offending the animalists, the animal-friendly people, because it's made of wool, and my t-shirt has some kind of promotion or thing, or a brand, and I am offending people that are anti-capitalist, things like that. So I end up only wearing my underwear, things like that. And I know that most people that see that routine, they are going to laugh and they are going to have a good time, and they are only going to remember Antonio did a trick and he ended up wearing only his underwear. That's all they are going to remember. But there is going to be some people that will go outside of the stage thinking about, yeah, I get the point of this guy. It's like, it's impossible to do something without offending anyone. If we go deeper and deeper and deeper into that process, you are always going to find someone that could be offended. So I always work in those 2 levels every time that I can. Obviously, I am not as masterful and as skillful as a writer and as a performer as Burnham is, but this is something that I took 100% from him. Try to do tricks that have some kind of message. Teller from Penn and Teller says this, it's like most magicians do things because they are beautiful, because they are aesthetic, right? And that's good, but you can do something that is aesthetic and that also have a purpose in the show and has a message, and you want to tell something to the people that is listening to you. And I think that that's the best thing that we can do. If people is there with us, the best thing that we can do for them to say thank you for buying a ticket or thank you for booking us, hiring us, is this is the information that I would love for you to have, to go home with these ideas, with this knowledge that I have. That's beautiful, okay? Great lesson that we can learn from this master performer that is Bo Burnham. Let's take a look at the next tip. Okay, this next tip, I love this one. I love this one, and I have talked about this tip a lot of the times with some fellow magicians. I have explained them this a lot of the times because I have very few magicians as friends, right? Or very few friends that are magicians. Yeah, that would be another way to phrase it. And most of them, they are only thinking about magic. I am thinking about buying this new trick, and I am thinking about adding this, and I want to buy doves because I want to put a dove act and all that stuff. And the thing that I always tell them is like, you know that in most places where we perform, people are not there to see us, which means that most people that are there don't want to see a magic show. If you only think about magic, and if you only think about magic, continuously all the time performing magic, you are going to be alienating, you are going to be taking out of the show, you are going to make disinterest a lot of people in your audience, right? Bo Burnham is a guy that has so many talents, and he puts all of those talents in everything that he does, that it is virtually impossible to not feel amazed, to not feel astonished, to not go like, oh my god, this guy is a genius, even because of one thing. You can have a guy that doesn't like songs, doesn't like comedy, doesn't like theater, doesn't like most of the things, but he's going to be mesmerized because how good he manages this stage, how good he moves. The lighting, for example, is like, oh my god, I love the way he played with the lighting. Maybe you don't like comedy, but you love how he played the piano. It's like, oh my god, he's a great piano player. Maybe you don't like the piano, but you love the comedy. He has so many things inside his show that it is virtually impossible to go out of the theater not thinking this guy is a genius. Because if he is not impressing you, if he's not amazing you with one discipline, he's going to do it with another. He's going to mesmerize the heck out of you with anything he does. It's just simply a matter of what are you more interested in, right? So if you can do a magic show with a lot of strong magic, but also be funny, that's another level of amazement that we are adding. If you can be funny and have a strong magic, but have a show that is completely structured, that has callbacks, that things that you say in this moment are relevant in the other moments of the show, people could be impressed because of that. Something that a lot of people say to me, and this is something that I'm working on right now because I am not very good at this, but something that a lot of people say to me at the end of the show is like, the magic was great, the comedy was great, yeah, very funny, but the thing that amazed me the most was, how the hell do you remember so many names? Because at the end of my show, I love pointing out everyone that helped me during the show, if they come on stage with me or if they help me on their seats without coming up, and I go, thank you very much for helping this trick, which is a great way to remind the audience all of the tricks that I did during the show. Thank you very much, thank you, and that's something that I'm working on right now. So if you can make people amazed simply because of one thing, balloon figures, oh my god, I love how you made the balloon figures, that's okay, you are going to remember my show feeling that amazement inside of you. So this is something great that we can learn from Bo Burnham. Don't close yourself, don't put yourself inside of a box like, I'm a magician, the only thing that I have to focus on is magic. No, there is more stuff that you can care about, okay? Let's take a look at the next tip. Okay, this next tip is extremely simple, and it is basically that Bo Burnham does whatever he wants. He is doing anything he wants. And this is something that I struggle myself a lot of the times. In some of my shows, I wanted to put in routines that were like 6, 7, or 8 minutes in the long end with not a single effect in them. Not a single magic trick. Just 7 or 8 minutes of comedy, music, balloons, things like that. No magic. And I was like, I can't perform that. I can't perform that because People are going to be like 8 minutes without a single trick. This couldn't be happening. This guy is like, I thought that people would think like this guy made a mistake or something went wrong and now he can't perform more magic. Kids are going to be disinterested, like he's not doing any magic tricks, I walk out. So that was kind of a risk. And when I saw Bo Burnham, especially in his Netflix special Inside, which is great, it's outstanding. He has some songs, for example, that Funny Feeling, which is amazing, an amazing piece. No, not even a song, it's an amazing theatrical piece. That song is not funny. There are some parts of the song when you can feel that they are funny to you, but if this song was sung by singer, not a comedian singer, by a singer, a songwriter, you wouldn't laugh. You would say, oh, that's like a jollier, like a more funny line, but it's not a funny song. And he doesn't care. He has like this song, like it's like almost 10 minutes, like 7-8 minutes in the middle of his supposedly comedy special on Netflix. And he doesn't care. He's like, this is what I want to do right now. Boom, this song is for you. It is great. It's like, I'm going to do whatever the heck I feel that I want to do. And this is exactly what you should do in your show. If you think that something is going to work, you have to do it. And let me tell you something. This year, I am performing that routine that I was talking about, that for 8 minutes, there is not a single magical moment. And let me tell you something, that routine is killing. I have to trim a lot of things, I have to change out a lot of things, but those 8 minutes from the very beginning until the end, which is where the magical effect happens, which is basically a card force, that's everything I'm doing, and revealing the prediction of a card that is simply forced, that's everything I'm doing. People love it. People is like, oh my god, and I'm like, why is people that impressed? I have performed tricks where I predicted cards and things like that, and people were never that impressed. And the thing is, like, I've been 7 or 8 minutes doing jokes, doing silly things. People completely forgot about the cards. People thought that I was never going to predict those cards because I'm making fun of myself, like I don't even know how to shuffle cards. So at the end, when I predict the cards, and I predict the cards using a callback from a previous routine, that all adds up and people react like, oh my god, we were fooled because we never saw the callback coming, and we were fooled because we don't know how you guessed the card, how you predicted the card, and we are fooled because we thought that you were not going to predict the card. So you have to take those risks. You have to go there and do whatever you want, because maybe you win, maybe it turns out okay, maybe you lose, maybe it's not the right thing for you to do, but you are going to feel comfortable. You're going to feel like, yeah, I'm doing my thing. It could be good, it could be bad, but it is your thing. If you don't defend and you put yourself forward with your thing, nobody is going to do it. So let's take a look at the last tip that we can learn from Bo Burnham. Okay guys, I usually say this, I usually say that this tip that I'm going to say could be applied to all of the magical characters that I've been talking about in this series for you, but I think that Bo Burnham deserves this tip the most, and it is being a hard worker. It is amazing the amount of material that this guy has, that many songs, so many different melodies, all of the music in his show from piece to piece, it's made by him, everything is original, all of them is like, even as the slightest voice over, a sound, a piece of music, everything is him, the sound, the movement of the lights, everything is to perfection, choreographed in every single show, taking notes, I want to change this, I'm going to change that. In his second special, Make Happy, he said that he was like, I don't know, years, 2-3 years, to change the whole hour. Like he had the special, the whole hour of What, the first special, and to have the whole new special, the whole new hour for Make Happy, he was years in the making. That were years making that new show. And most magicians, we change our show every time that we have a performance. We have a cabaret show tonight, and in a couple of days we have a birthday party, and we change the whole show, and we are like, oh my god, we are so clever because we changed the whole thing. Yeah, for us it's easy. For us, it's extremely easy because you can have all of the shows in the world simply having routines from other guys. Now try to do the same thing with a show that is 100% original. Not a single line from another guy, not a single trick that has been put out in magazines, in lectures, or that is available in a magic shop. Everything 100% original. Most magicians would die before they have a whole hour of material that is 100% original. I would die perfectly, and I have 5 shows. I've been working on those 5 shows for a lot of years, and I am way far away from having only one show that is 100% mine, 100% original, with nothing related to any other magician. So this guy's work ethic is outstanding, and if you see his Netflix special film kind of inside, you will see how he's struggling so much for his art. And I know that it's part of the script, it's part of the idea behind the film, behind the movie, but you can see the truth behind that. You can see how he really struggles because he wants to be the best he can, right? And he's always pushing the limits. And if you take a look in YouTube, you are going to find the delete scenes, not the outtakes, but the delete scenes, sketches and songs from inside on Netflix. And you are going to see that those songs are masterpieces. It's like, I would kill somebody to have that song in my show. I don't care if it is in English. I would sing that song in English to my Spaniards in the audience because I love that song. Please give me that song. And that guy took out that song from the special, and probably that song is never going to be here in a show or in a proper production. But he doesn't care because he works extremely hard to provide the best for his audiences. True master, true professional performer, Bo Burnham. So guys, I hope that you found this information useful. As always, please subscribe, some comments if you think that I forgot something. Tell me, what do you think about Bo Burnham? I love this guy, and I think that if you really are a performer, you must take your hat off to this guy. And guys, I will see you, as always, in a near future. Bye there!